Man, what's going on out there? Salute, salute, salute. What's going on, fight fans? It is the homie, Mainman here. Hey, man, y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. Yes, sir, fight fans. Once again, it's on, man. Once again, fight fans, it is a honor and a pleasure. I repeat, a honor and a pleasure to come on through the night rocking out with the boxing fans and the boxing fam. Damn, dog. Thursday. You know what that means? Our time now, man. What up, fight fans? Salute to you all, man. Yes, sir, man. Hope everything is good out there, everybody. Man, look here, man. I hope all is well in the world, fight fans. Y'all already know what it is. But most importantly, I hope all is well in your world, man. Yes, sir, fight fans. Do the homie a favor as you come on through, man. I want to say thumbs up as you pull up. You already know. Everybody, as you come on through, man, hit that thumbs up as you pull up. I want to give a major salute to everyone that catches this live. A major salute to everyone that catches this on the playback. Thumbs up as you pull up, man. Man, been chilling, man. Off the scene, fight fans. Damn, I see ain't nobody up in here with me tonight, right? I've been off the scene a little bit too long, it looks like, man. 4 days and counting, fight fans, but I apologize. The homie has just been a little tied up behind the scenes between wanting to catch up on some rest, you know what I'm saying, and a couple other things that I had going on in the background. I've just been really tied up over these last few days, man, but I was definitely going to make it on through the night to come on through and talk this real spiel, fight fans. Been a real slow week in the fight game anyway, you know what I'm saying? Ain't been nothing really much going on. Pretty much we are honestly caught up. I mean, I can't think of a video that I'm pretty much behind on, man, but I know one thing. We getting a little bit more closer and closer to some of the fights that I'm really looking forward to, man. Hey, yo, man, everybody, as you're pulling on in, man, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up, everybody. Yo, man, salute to the homie GC, GB, you know what I'm saying? Salute. Okay, giving me a bunch of salutes and smiley faces, man. Appreciate you riding with me tonight. Cuzzo, what's up, fam? Bam, what's up, family? Much love to you, Cuzzo. Thanks for rolling with me tonight, family, man. I hope all is well, man. Let's get up. You know, I was going to hit you up a little early today. Real shit, bro. I was really going to hit you up a little earlier today, man, because I was feeling that rhythm, you know what I'm saying? Reach out to me, bro. I got something for you, man. Salute to you, Cuzzo. Hit me up ASAP, man. Tyrese says, yo, man, salute to the homie Tyrese Bowie up in here riding with me tonight. I see you, homie. I see you. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. You say, man, you look like you're full of them chitlins and mumbo sauce, man. Hey, I've been in the gym, bro. I'm going to be 100 with you, Tyrese. I've been working out, man. I've been trying to stay in the gym, stay away from the chicken and the mumbo sauce. But hell nah, you know, I ain't going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's the orange mumbo sauce. You know what I mean? I'm not down for the red mumbo sauce. You got to be from DC to know what I'm talking about. We got 2 different versions of mumbo sauce around this bitch. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be from the old school to know about the orange mumbo sauce. Not that new red ketchup hot, you know, shit. Nah, I mean the old school jelly looking orange shit that had a little sweet little tang to it. That was the best mumbo sauce known to man. Hard to find it nowadays, you know what I'm saying? You go to the local mama son, man, it's hard to find it. You know, back in the day, it was on every corner. You feel me? We are the inventors, fight fans, of mama son. That's why I love my city so much. For anybody that ever study up on DC, man, just know that's one thing about us. We was always known to be original in everything we do, from our music to the way we talked. I told y'all, man, I'm real surprised when I listen and I hear people say the words like that. When I be hearing people say, yo, man, I see the youngins from different places saying it more and more, and they be like, yeah, man, such and such ain't like that, or this ain't like that. I'm like, damn, bro, we've been saying that around the city. Hey, Gutter, how long we been saying that around the city? We've been saying that since the day we was born, right? You know what I'm saying? And so I be seeing folks around now and be like, yo, man, it's like a new thing. It's like becoming part of the culture now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody better understand. And I know North Kakalaki be running around talking about they invented the term. That shit came from DC. You know what I'm saying? North Kakalaki be running around. Nah, we invented like that. Man, look, like that come from the streets of DC. I've been saying, I think that was like one of the first words I said in DC General Hospital where I was born. I think when the doctor smacked me on my ass, I said like that. You know what I'm saying? Real spill, fight fans. Real spill. That come, hey, it ain't coming from no Carolina. All y'all Carolina folks trying to claim like that, y'all got to sit down, man. Go sit down somewhere, man. Go sit down somewhere. I got that Capital City sauce in my fridge. It's the red, but it's all I can find. Hey, Capital City do a good job, man. You know what I'm saying? For them to be on a large scale, the way they do it, they do a decent job. It's the red kind. You right, it is the red kind. But it's good to see that at least Mumbo sauce has made it into the stores and it's kind of gone, around. You know what I'm saying? I know it was some where was it? Detroit? I think it was Detroit who tried to lay some claims to Mumbo sauce. I know it was a battle about Mumbo sauce too. Hey, Detroit, y'all gotta go sit down somewhere, man. That's all DC, man. We come up, we got different versions of Mumbo sauce. Come on, man. I ran into a dude at the flea market one day, man. I was at a flea market and he had his own homemade Mumbo sauce. And he had to spell it different because the way he put it on his cans, like the word Mumbo sauce, he got sued for that shit. Like the word Mumbo sauce has been copyrighted. I didn't even know that. He had to spell it like MAHMBO, like a crazy type of way just in order to sell it. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man, I didn't even know nobody had laid copyright claims to the words Mumbo sauce. That belongs to DC. You know what I'm saying? We got our own music. We got our own sauce. We got our own lingo. You know what I mean? That's just like when y'all be hearing me say champ. When y'all be thinking, I know that's a boxing term when y'all say, oh, champ this and champ that. But that's DC lingo also. That's DC lingo. That's uptown slang. Cats from Northwest DC, that's all they say all day long. Champ, 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 champ. I've been saying champ since day one. So DC is spreading all around the world, man. I love my city, man. All day. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it was Chicago, not Detroit J. Gutter. It was Chicago. Oh, Chicago trying to lay claim to the Mumbo sauce. And they wrong as hell, bro. I've been eating Mumbo sauce since day one, bro. Since day one. Man, come on, man. They trying to lay claim to everything that we do out here, man. We originators, man. But let's keep it pushing, fight fans. Hey, look, man, just know everybody, I'm working on a pound for pound, because we know we about to go into horror movie season, man. So, the same way we did the pound for pound wrestling moves, the best wrestling top finishing moves. If anyone that missed that, go back and check that out. I might string that together in one video. But we did the top pound for pound finisher moves. I want to do a pound for pound horror movie list. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I had a conversation with somebody, and I asked them. I said, "Yo, does Critters make the list? Does Critters make the list?" I think Critters should make the list, fight fans. They like, "Yo, Critters don't make the list. Critters is more of a comedy / horror." I think Critters should make the list of the top 10 pound for pound horror movies. Why not? Dog, come on, Critters was the shit. We are here for the Krites. The Krites, y'all remember? If you don't remember Critters, if y'all ain't seen Critters, y'all tripping. That is one of the all-time greatest horror movies in my life. I was scared of this shit as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Here's another one, man. Does the Thriller video make the all-time horror list? I think I'm putting it on there, fight fans. I think I got to put it on. I don't know about y'all. I was scared shitless of Thriller when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? I was scared shitless of Thriller when I was a kid. Yeah, everybody was at school with the Thriller jackets and everybody talk. But I'm like, how do you shit, bro? That shit was scary as hell. I think Thriller should make the list. And that's a music video. I'm working on the greatest horror films of all, the top 10 pound for pound horror films of all time. And I think that Critters and Gremlins go like hand in hand. Critters and I know it's like 5 of them. I'm only talking about part 1. I think Critters should be on there. If y'all think that Critters should be on there, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up, man, and let me know in the comment section, because I'm putting this list together and I'm going to put Critters on there, and I'm thinking it might end up in the top 5. I just don't know. Look at this, man. Thaddeus says, yo, Critters was not that scary. It was more of a comedy / horror, but it had its moments, bro. Like when you was a kid in like 1986 or some shit, you don't think that shit was scary? I thought Critters was scary as hell, man. Am I the only one in here that thought Critters was scary? Man, y'all tripping, man. Y'all got to get with it, man. Critters was the shit, man. It was like 10 of them joints, you know what I'm saying? But I'm only talking about part 1, fight fans. So I'm going over my list with a fine-tooth comb. Do not be surprised if Critters make the list, all right? Critters is a horror flick in my opinion. let's keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? We got some boxing to cover, man. So what the hell has been going on around the sport? What the hell has been going on around the sport? I don't think I've been missing much. I just been missing a bunch of Duckonomics fight fans. Last time I checked, I've been just missing a whole bunch of Duckonomics. We're going to get to the bottom of this and try to figure this out, fight fans. Let's start off right there. I guess let's start off with the 800-pound gorilla in the room, shall we? Duckonomics. Duckonomics 101. What the hell is going on with Frank? Everybody trying to figure it out, right? Speculation is flying. Rumors are going a mile a minute, fight fans. No one really knows exactly what the answer could be, but it's got to shock some of us to see this level of ducking. You know what I'm saying? Like, to get to the point where, like, you get this I mean, everything that you wanted out of the situation. You literally get everything that you want out of the situation. You agree to the situation, and then you ghost the situation. That's pretty much what's going down from what I'm understanding, right, fight fans? Can somebody tell me where the hell is Frank? Most importantly, can somebody tell me where the hell is Errol? What the hell has this situation become, fight fans? It done got janky, stanky, and all kinds of stuff, man. Anybody seen Errol? Anybody seen Errol before we get this underway? Has Errol Spence Jr. said anything about his fighter? That is the golden question. Because last time I checked, I get it. You know, we about to go down this whole little road of what the hell is trying to go on or connect the dots or whatever, fight fans. But before we go down to the connecting of the dots, has anybody seen this man? Because nothing gets started unless we hear from the promoter. Is he still the promoter? I think he's the promoter. Isn't he? Now, I know that Errol Spence Jr. ain't still on the boat with his girl, right? I know he still ain't on the little flamingo boat in some country somewhere on vacation. What, he been on vacation for like 3 months? I mean, has anybody seen Errol Spence Jr.? I get it. He's traumatized. What Terence Crawford did to him, I totally understand it. But he also has a hat to wear as a promoter. We're not talking about Earl the fighter. We're talking about Man Down Promotions. What the hell is going on? Why is Tom Brown the promoter that's putting in the bid for Frank Martin and not Errol Spence Jr.? Can we start right there? It's not a good look, man. If I'm looking to go to Man Down Promotions and I know I'm out here taking a drubbing publicly, because publicly all over social media, Frank Martin is getting like smacked around by all of the boxing fans right now. Yet normally in situations like this, it is the promoter that comes out and says, you know what? No, my fighter didn't do this, or my fighter didn't do that, or this is what's going on with my fighter. Back off my fighter because my fighter is dealing with A, B, C, D, E. But instead, Earl is like ghost. He's ghosted the ghost. Earl is ghosted the ghost, fight fans. Am I tripping? Have anybody seen Earl? Let me look at the comment section. Maybe somebody got some clues on this, fight fans. Salute to my homie Warrior Class that's up in here. I see you, homie. Salute to your champ. Peace and blessings to you as well. Peace and blessings to you. Low Blow says, yo, man, Spence is still healing. That's where he at. Is he in a hyperbaric chamber or something like that, bro? Like, what's really going on with Earl, man? Because I would have thought that, like I said, you can say what you want about Oscar De La Hoya. He may be in some hotel doing some weird shit with some person, but at the end of the day, he will find a way to find a camera to come out and defend Ryan or one of his fighters. It may take him a day or two. He may got to wake up to the situation, but he eventually makes it to a camera and says, hey, no, Ryan's going to be all right. Ryan's going to be able to do A, B, C, D, E. But yet we heard nothing from Earl. He's not out here defending Frank. Frank is on his own. This ain't making no sense, fight fans. Maybe it's making sense to y'all, but it's damn sure ain't making sense to me. I got my main man, Myron Magnus, up in here, man. Salute to you, Myron, man. Salute to you, champ, and I hope all is well. My main man right here. He says, yo, man, his camp woke up from the dream and realized that they could be biting off more than they could chew. You think so, bro? You think that they looked at Shakur's defense and said, you know what? We don't want nothing to do with that. Just like everyone else did, right? Just like everyone else did. So let's talk about what we know about this situation. Let's see here. So now Shakur Stevenson, of course, is on his social media roasting Frank Martin right now. And let me just kind of do an official little, I guess, presentation for those who kind of like are behind the 8 ball on this. And I may be kind of just jumping right into the middle of it. Let's just go for what we know. So what we do know is that Frank Martin and Shakur Stevenson, both sides came to an agreement for the fight to avert a purse bid. As a matter of fact, it was reported, we got it right here. It was reported by ESPN, Ringside, and every other boxing reporter, right? It came out that these two, I'm sorry, this is the Edward De Los Santos one. I thought I had that graphic as well. But either way it goes. But these two, Frank Martin and Shakur Stevenson, they came to an agreement and they averted a purse bid that the WBC had ordered. So all was well in the world. And then we hear the following day or the next few days that nothing happened. Frank Martin's team did not respond to the agreement that was sent over from Top Rank, Bob Arum, and Shakur Stevenson over to Frank Martin and PBC. And so they just ghosted the situation. And so everyone is left scrambling to figure out what the hell made Frank Martin pull out of this situation when it's the biggest payday, because per the words of Bob Arum, fight fans that recently just did some interviews, I caught up with him over there on Blue Bloods, and he says, and I quote, about the offer that Frank Martin, the number that PBC requested for Frank Martin, he says, and I quote, "We said it was crazy, that it's a little bit too much, but then we agreed and we sent out a contract with that very number, not a penny less." So whatever the number that PBC and Frank Martin came up with to say, hey, Bob, we want this number to avert the purse bid and we cool with it, Bob gave them that number. And according to Bob Arum, it was over six times big as Frank Martin's biggest payday. So no one can use money as an excuse and say, well, maybe he just wasn't getting what he wanted financially, because according to the words of Bob Arum, he thought it was a little bit too much what they asked for. But he still says, you know what? Shakur has no one to fight. I need someone for fight Shakur. I'm not going to allow him to fight Lomachenko because he is over there fighting the good fight. Cool. So Lomachenko can't fight Shakur. Look, Shakur got nobody to fight. He's not going to fight Keyshawn. Shakur trying to go for a world title, right? They doing this for a vacant title. So Bob says, you know what, man? He got no one else to go. Fine, give Frank what he's asking for. Whatever that number may be. I'm not even going to speculate on the number. Don't really give a damn. All I do know is, according to Bob Arum, it's the number that he wanted. It's the number that PBC asked for. Where the hell is Earl? But it's the number that PBC asked for, fight fans. And he got it. So miss me with your money talk, fight fans. And here's the thing. Even if it wasn't this to be the case, Frank Warren is well documented on video, stating that splits don't matter. It's not about splits. He's expecting to take the small end of whatever the deal may be. He's expecting to do that. He said this on more than one occasion. So for boxing fans that's running around here wanting to make it about a split or about money, it's crap. Bob said I sent them 6 times more than his biggest payday. 6 times, fight fans. When you making 6 times your biggest payday, what the hell does it matter what the other side is making? I'm good. I'm getting the biggest payday of my entire career. I'm good. So it ain't about the money. Bob said that we sent them the money they asked. And you think about it like this, fight fans. It could have got worse if they would have went to the purse bid, because, you know, I granted, you know, it's easy to find a lot of print about what the WBC splits would have been in the mandatory purse bid and all. Y'all don't know that shit. That shit changes different strokes for different folks. It could be 60-40 for this fighter. It could be 70-30 for that fighter. And the WBC will come out with some, well, in Section 9, paragraph B, it states that we have full discretion to do whatever we want. They'll come out with something. So I don't care. So if they would have went to purse bid, Frank possibly could have got less. Or he could have got 60-40. Either way it goes, he got what he wanted financially. Boxing fans were trying to lay cover in the early times. I heard y'all. Oh, but maybe he just, it couldn't be he ducking. You can't say he's ducking. It's not ducking. It's just the fact that, it's the splits. It's the splits. He's going to go fight Tank. All of the crap y'all came out with. Making fools of yourselves. Call it for what it is. It's duckonomics. It's duckalicious. It's a duck. I don't care what man. It ain't Frank. It's PBC. It's a duck. Matter of fact, scratch that. It's a damn super duck. Why is it a super duck? Because it's the biggest payday on the biggest network for a world title against a big name. That's called a damn super duck. Ain't a political duck. It ain't, it's the size of the street type thing. No, they worked out an agreement. It's a super duck. You had everything, all of this boxing treasure that you may not just get again. And you ain't getting the fight for whatever reason. All we do know is the offer was sent. It's a super duck. Man, it ain't that. No, stop trying to put lipstick on a pig. Y'all boxing fans are heavily into the protection programs now. Like, damn. Stop the protection. Call it for what it is. It's a damn duck. Frank will remain a 30-year-old prospect. Ouch. Meanwhile, Shakur Stevenson marches off to his third world championship. See, Shakur don't lose here. Shakur don't lose here. He continues to win. His story continues to go forward. His name still remains in the pound for pound. In November, when the fight happens, Frank gonna be looking at that fight, heart hurt, knowing that should be him. And he allows some suits to swindle him out of this situation. Now, it's very unfortunate, fight fans. Let's take a little look, and I'm gonna get to the comments in a second. Let's take a look at some things here, right? Because what don't make sense to me, right, is why go through the whole bells and whistles of it? Like, why? To me, this, I think there's some. I'm gonna just give my interpretation because everybody giving crackpot there. I'm just gonna give my main man's interpretation of what I see. What I think is going on here, in my opinion, there's some friction on Frank Martin's side. Clearly, it starts off. You see Tom Brown putting in a bid on behalf of Frank Martin, not Errol Spence Jr., right? So Tom Brown is now the promoter, which means that basically this train is being driven by PBC and Al Heyman. Call it for what it is. When you see Tom Brown, you already know what's going on. What maybe could have happened here, there's a couple things. People look at it and say, well, man, Derrick James is not around. He's too busy training Charlo. Right? They're talking about fighting Shakur in November. He got Charlo going against Canelo September the 30th. How the hell is he going to be there for Frank Martin? Did they not know this during the negotiations? Did they not know this when they agreed that Derrick James was going to be occupied? I think they knew that, fight fans. If you want to say, because Derrick James ain't going to be around, I don't think that's it. Let's keep going a little deeper. Now, what do we know how PBC normally moves? Now, what I honestly think it is that you got a situation where PBC, honestly, and maybe it's just good business. I'm not going to fault them for that. But you got a situation, they're moving like they've always moved, where they have a fighter that has prestige or building prestige around his name. And before they allow someone else to take that prestige off of that fighter's name, they must do it themselves first. Meaning what? Frank Martin goes to Top Rank ESPN, gets beat up by Shakur, comes back, he's worthless. They got no one to pick. They can't use him for nothing. He gets sunk down in the rankings in the sanctioning body unless they pay some extra cash, right? But they can't use him for nothing. His name ain't ringing no more bells. They got a lot of fighters at 35 and between 35 and 40 they can mix him up with. But as far as them being able to use Frank Martin going for it's not going to ring no bells. Not to mention he's from Texas, and they protect their Texas fighters because of the market. So they looking at this like, look, man, it's the same reason that when Andy Ruiz had a IBF title ordered for Filip Hrgović, they wouldn't allow that order to go forward. Now, would they? It's the same that when Andy Ruiz wanted to face Anthony Joshua for the trilogy, they would not allow Andy Ruiz to go. Now, would they? Why? Because, yeah, it may make you $1 gazillion, Andy, but guess what? It's going to take the last bit of prestige off your name, and we want that shit. We're going to use that for Deontay Wilder. We're not going to have Anthony Joshua kick your ass on the zone and now you ain't worth nothing no more. You come back over here, we can't do nothing with you. That's just bad business. It may make you $1 bajillion, but that's just bad for what we got going on. It ain't about what the fighter wants in cases like that, fight fans. It's more about what's best for the outfit. Now, especially when they can come around and say, hey, we can promise you this, and this if you walk away from that. I mean, you see it happening all the time, fight fan. Look at what happened with Jerome Boots Ennis. Jerome Boots Ennis walked away from different opportunities, and now he's sitting in the situation still waiting for an opportunity, claiming that no one wants to fight him. But when he had a chance to fight Bud Crawford, guess what? He didn't take the opportunity. So now you listen to the suits. So now you're going to have to sit there and wait. And it's the same thing with Frank Martin. Frank's attachments to Errol, you know what I'm saying? No, man, they send him over there to get spanked by Shakur. They got nothing left when he comes back home. They're not allowing it. They don't give a fuck what the number is, what the split is. I figured that out the second I saw Tom Brown. Let's look at the boxing rankings real quick, fight fans. Let's take a look at something. This is interesting. PBC woke up at the last minute. See, the thing is this, man. Bob Arum literally called their bluff. They tried to do the duckonomics through the price and weight. They didn't think that Bob would give the number. Bob gave the number. So then what? Now they were stuck between a rock and a hard place, so they get ghost fight fans? For real. Hold on. Let's look at these boxing rankings. Let's see what we see here in these rankings. Is there any other pivots for Frank Martin that can match anything on the level of Shakur Stevenson? Now, boxing fans, you know, they take the first route you go down is the Gervonta Tank Davis route, right? You say, yo, man, he's going to go down the Gervonta Davis route. Now, there's some words floating around that Gervonta Davis is not interested in the Frank Martin fight. So when you look at this WBA, we know that Devin Haney will be stripped eventually, or this belt will eventually be vacated from Devin Haney. And if Gervonta Davis has stepped up to this belt, that's a scary, scary thing, fight fans, because this belt don't have a mandatory. So Gervonta Davis won't have a mandatory at all if he get his hands on this WBA super. Wow. But either way it goes, people looking at Frank Martin ranked number 3 right here and saying, well, maybe he goes in and they do a Gervonta Davis and Frank Martin. I doubt it. Is it possible? Of course it's possible. But I doubt it. Shakur doesn't feel that way neither, according to his social media. Is it possible? Sure, it's possible, but I doubt it very seriously they will put Tank Davis in there with Frank Martin. I think it makes sense to do it. It's a decent fight. Frank got a good market if he got Texas behind him, and that may make financial sense for Gervonta Davis, but everyone sees Exotic Pitbull Cruz in the number 1 spot and say, well, man, come on, man, that just makes sense. Exoc's number 1 in the WBA, come on, all of a sudden. I don't think this happens, fight fans, whatsoever. So let's look over here, man. I mean, what's this, the IBF? The IBF, shit. It's nothing over here. Not to mention Frank Martin's name is nowhere to be found in the IBF. So we're not looking over there. There's nothing better over there. Let's look over here in the WBO. The WBO. Let's see. We got Shakur number 1. We got Vasyl Lomachenko in the number 2 spot. He's in position to make a run for that title if it gets vacated. Isaac Cruz, if he goes after Tank, that would eliminate him. These two dudes, Baranchik and Ferrero, don't know much about them, but I don't think their name holds a lot of weight, especially over Frank Martin right here at number 6. You got Keyshawn at number 8. But once again, who would he fight? These are all top-ranked fighters. Think about it. He's literally surrounded by top-ranked fighters. These are all top-ranked fighters, fight fans, except for Isaac Cruz. And I'm not sure about these two here, but Zepeda, Keyshawn Davis, those top-ranked guys. Where's he going to go? What would be the alternative? What would PBC, how could they say, yo, no, we're not giving you this, but we'll take you down another route? What route? Outside of the Gervonta Davis route, which I think Isaac Cruz is in the lead for that fight. What route we talking? The only other route would be the WBO. And there's nothing over there. Brother, you literally getting swindled here. Like, what are you doing? There's no routes. Edwin De Los Santos would have been a route, right? That would have been something to keep him occupied. But Edwin De Los Santos is now going to be facing Shakur. Now Shakur has the next available guy in the WBC, right? Which was Edwin De Los Santos, right here, number 6. Shakur was number 1. Frank Martin was number 2. Vasyl Lomachenko was unavailable. Isaac Cruz more than likely is going to go after Tank. They're not doing Zepeda. So they're going to go to Edwin De Los Santos. If PBC, because you know Edwin De Los Santos normally rocks over there with PBC. If PBC maybe pulls him out, then we'll be heading to Jermaine Ortiz or either Zepeda. But and see, fight fans, that's what makes this so. Listen to what I'm saying. Edwin De Los Santos rocks with PBC. He's a PBC guy. But they're sending him. We're hearing that this fight is done. Him and Shakur came to an agreement, fight fans. So you can send Edwin De Los Santos from PBC, but if Frank Martin can't make the trip, this is traditional PBC fight fan. This is how they do. They're not sending Frank. See, Edwin De Los Santos don't got no prestige. He's a shot in the dark. He's a guy where if he wins, that'll be amazing. If he loses, hey, ain't no big deal. Yeah, he beat Rayo. Rayo got 12 fights. 12 fights, fight fans. That was his biggest win. Rayo Valenzuela. But outside of that, this guy's never really done much. And so, I mean, yeah, they can send him. But see, Frank got Earl's name attached to him. And on top of that, he got the market of Texas. They have to take their time. They can't let Shakur wipe that out. Wipe out De Los Santos. He's like Brian Castano. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. They sent Brian Castano, didn't they, fight fans? When Brian Castano needed a title shot, he went right on over to the ESPN to Fort Patrick, Texas. Frank can't do it. But De Los Santos can do it. That's funny. That's hilarious. So what's the route for Frank, fight fans? What is the route for Frank? Let me go to some of the comments and let me catch on up with some of the fam. Man, salute to you all. Everyone that's coming on through, man. Hit that thumbs up for the homie, man. Hit that thumbs up for the homie. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, Thaddeus says, yo, Candyman was scary. That's big facts. Candyman is definitely going to have to make the list, champ. Definitely gonna have to make the list, Thaddeus, for sure, for sure. The original one, though. That's the only one. Mr. All Hell Breaks Loose, man. Salute to you, champ. He says, yo, main man, salute. We talk about Frank Darkwing Duck Martin yet. Did I miss it? Nah, we right in the middle of it, homie. We right in the middle of it. Super Duck, you know what I mean? Duck everything. Al Heyman Protection Program client. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. You can't give me no other reasons, fight fans. Boxing Lodges United says, yo, his camp woke up from the dream and realized that they could be biting off more than they could chew. Big facts. That's what's going on. Big facts. And I thought about, you know what? I'm going to be real with you. I thought for a second, I said, maybe, you know, they were trying to trap Shakur. I said to myself, I said, yo, maybe they were trying to trap Shakur and lure him into a purse bid and maybe try to win the purse bid. And you know what I'm saying? Because Tom Brown showed up. But then I thought about it. I said, no, that can't be it, because Tom Brown loses a lot of purse bids. He's not a guaranteed win for a purse bid. That would have allowed them to drag Shakur over to Showtime, which would have been huge. And that would have pissed off Bob Arum. I thought they were maybe trying to do some gamesmanship of that fashion, but there's no way that Tom Brown's pockets would have outspent Bob Arum's. No way. So I said, nah, but were they trying to trap Shakur? I mean, could y'all see that scenario where they thought about it? Maybe we can try to lure him and beat him in a purse bid and steal Shakur from Top Rank for a fight. Put him on Showtime. Ratings for us. Gamesmanship is played like that in the fight game, fight fans. Real spill. But I just, as of right now, it's just a certified duck. Muhammad Tola says, yo, salute, man, into the chat. The no jab, no timing episode of We Talking Boxing was lit and funny as hell. Best boxing talk by a mile, man. Hey, yo, man. Hey, I told you that thing locked up needing a cup of water, bro. I'm telling you, man. Somebody seen Earl. We ain't even so much as seen Earl, but so much anybody seen his jab. His jab is missing. You know what I mean? Hey, somebody better go find it. It's being held hostage. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna be calling up Earl. I have a special set of skills just for situations like this. Somebody gonna have to send that dude to go and rescue Earl's jab. You know what I'm saying? And that's facts, man. That's facts. Salute to my homie Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. That's up in here. Salute to your champ. Hit that thumbs up, everybody. Hit that thumbs up. John Norrie says, yo, man, the silence speaks volumes. Absolutely. Silence from Earl, silence from PBC. Because, I mean, clearly they waiting for the right narrative to show up the lineup behind. They could have just said, hey, Derrick James ain't around. So since Derrick ain't around, we ain't going to, do the fight. They could have hid behind something like that. But this here is obvious what it is. Like I said, fight fans, remember what happened. There's a lot of fighters you can run through. They don't let certain fighters with a certain level of prestige go. No outfit does. It's not just a PBC thing. It's a boxing outfit thing. I don't want to. It's a protection thing, and it still makes it a duck. But it's a boxing thing. That's what they do. They're not going to send. They looking at Frank. He got too much upside. They can put him in there with so many other of their fighters. Just so many of them. He was going to get schooled by Shakur, though. He was definitely going to get schooled by Shakur. You know what I'm saying? Muhammad Tola says, yo, congratulations, man, on your Cowboys pulling a Crawford against the Giants. Hey, call us Dunkins, bro. We giving out donuts. Cowboys ain't playing. This is our year, fight fans. That's right. I'm saying it. Oh, they say that every year. I'm saying it. This is our year. All the way to the ship. You know what I'm saying? Ezekiel who? Ezekiel what, man? Nobody needing that, man. We got pilot, man. We good to go. All the way to the ship, and we giving out donuts. That's the way it's going to be, man. All year long. You know what I'm saying? Low Blow Champ says, yo, man, the immortal Bob Arum making fights across 6 decades. Yeah, and the fan-friendly narrative is always to blame Bob for every single thing. In this case, Bob came to the rescue. Bob gave them what they asked for. There was no reason why we don't make this fight other than the fact that Frank just didn't want no smoke. And it is what it is. Frank just didn't want no smoke. Or should I say PBC didn't want no smoke. And now we're going to get this fight right here, fight fans. Shakur Stevenson versus Edwin De Los Santos have agreed to a November the 16th fight in Las Vegas. And I think this is going to be an interesting fight, or a somewhat interesting fight. Shakur really likes this fight. You know what I'm saying? And he bigging up this fight on his social media. And he's saying, like, look, man, this the only cat that got some heart, and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? And I got a lot of respect for Edwin De Los Santos for taking this fight. Unlike a lot of people that got out of the way of Shakur Stevenson, Frank Martin included. Frank Martin, Vasil Lomachenko, Isaac Pitbull Cruz, Devin Haney. Nobody wanted to look Shakur Stevenson's way. So for Edwin De Los Santos to get in there and take this fight, it's a big opportunity for him. He's been calling out Shakur Stevenson in his last few fights. And so, good for him. He gets the opportunity, and I got respect for him for taking this fight. Now, I'm expecting for Shakur Stevenson to deal with this dude. Looking at Edwin De Los Santos, decent fighter, got good power. You know what I'm saying? I like how he honestly uses his jab. He has a power jab. You know what I'm saying? So I like how he uses his power jab. Throws really good short hooks on the inside real fast. Really aggressive fighter. Likes to come forward. Southpaw. You know what I'm saying? Southpaw fighter. Decent fighter. Really good power. Good punching power as well. That fight he got into with Rayo, man, was action packed, bro. Was seriously action packed. They hurt each other numerous times throughout of that fight. A lot of back and forths. He kept beating Rayo to the punch for the most part because his hooks are just a little bit more tighter, and they got some good, some good pep on him. So he's a really good puncher, you know what I'm saying? But I think that once Shakur takes away once again a lot of his offense and takes away a lot of his weapons, that Edwin De Los Santos is going to be in lost waters. I look at the people that he fought. He fought a lot of guys that stand right there in front of him. He fights a lot of guys that's willing to give him the wars that he looks for. And, that's cool. He's not a come forward, just basic, straight up rock 'em, sock 'em, robot kind of guy. Nah. But defense definitely got plenty of holes in it. Always looking for that fight. He's looking for that dog fight. And Shakur's not going to give him none of that. He's just going to play him on angles, pluck him with a jab, keep resetting him constantly, taking away all of his tools, keeping the distance, keeping the reach on him. Doesn't have a southpaw advantage in this fight, but either way it goes, I still think that Shakur's defense is just going to be too good for what this dude likes to do. He takes a lot of risks, does a lot of lunging. Shakur's going to capitalize on all that. You know what I'm saying? And but either way it goes, still should be an interesting fight. I'm expecting for Shakur to. Should I call for a stoppage here? I'm thinking that Shakur definitely gonna dominate him. I don't know, man. Depends on how ready that De Los Santos is. This could be considered somewhat short notice, so I would say that Shakur possibly stops him. Give a good stoppage here, especially since De Los Santos is going to be there to be hit. Is going to be there to be figured out. Shakur's going to have to be worried though, man. Stay away from this dude's short hooks, man, and stay away from that power jab of his. But other than that, man, I think Shakur should breeze through this fight. I'd say if we do go to the scorecards, we're looking at a 11-1, 10-2 style fight for Shakur. But given the preparation time for this fight, I'd say Shakur has a good chance on stopping him. So I'm gonna say Shakur. I'm gonna give maybe it's too early for right now, but I'll give it a little time. But I'm leaning either way it goes. But I'm leaning for Shakur for a dominant victory either way it goes. And I'm just glad that he keeps on marching forward. And in the end, man, when it's all said and done, fight fans, Shakur Stevenson is going to come out on top. I've been telling y'all this for years upon years upon years. Shorty is going to come out on top, just like Andre Ward, just like Terence Crawford. Look at Terence Crawford now. The man with all of the leverage. Fighters running around here hoping for a fight for Terence Crawford. Careers can't move. How many careers is in Terence Crawford's pocket? Just yesteryear, he was the kid from Omaha that couldn't do this, that couldn't do that. Now he can charge his own prices and he is the man. Andre Ward, same thing, right? Couldn't sell nothing. Only can sell only in Oakland. Wasn't this, wasn't that. In the end, took the Crusher Kovalev to the cleaners in negotiations upon their fight. Took all of the pay-per-view money, took all of the belts, took everything off the Crusher's table. And this was the dude, Andre Ward, who wasn't supposed to, was boring and couldn't sell and didn't want to fight this guy, didn't want to fight that guy. Came out on top in the end. And Shakur is going to be the same exact way. Damn Frank Martin. Frank Martin is water under the bridge at this point. Who the hell is Frank? And for anybody that's running around here talking about some, main man, well, Shakur didn't feel that way. If you feel like Shakur offered him a low split, he didn't feel that way against Devin Haney. This is night and day. This is night and day. Night and day. For one, Shakur has done more than Devin Haney. More than Devin Haney. Oh, he was undisputed. Okay, great. How many belts has Shakur had in his whole career? How many classes have Shakur covered in career? Is that more than Devin Haney's? Yes. He's taking more risks than Devin Haney. If you want to go to how many belts that Devin had, how many belts has Shakur had? It ain't about that. Shakur has done more than Devin Haney in the fight game to a certain degree. He's been through classes. He's higher rated on the pound for pound list. What the hell does Frank do? Frank ain't done shit. Frank beat a Muhammad Ali wannabe. That's all that Frank did. Who did Frank? Who the hell is Frank? Who the hell is Frank? Frank takes what he gets. And he's expected to, because he even said that himself. Shakur Stevenson is a platinum rated champion, high rated on the pound for pound list, that put their work in. Devin Haney disrespected Shakur Stevenson. Frank Martin should be happy to be even mentioned in the same sentence as Shakur Stevenson. That's the difference. You can't say that about Devin and Shakur. Oh, Shakur should be lucky to be mentioned in the same sentence with Devin. Why? Devin don't draw no more than Shakur. And Devin ain't put no more work in than Shakur. Why? So, of course, Shakur got a right to say, let me call Mauricio. Let me call Mauricio. Hey, Mauricio, what's good, bruh? Like, what's up, man? We need to do something about... See, Shakur can do that. But who the hell is Frank? And that's the way that goes. So don't y'all put Frank and Shakur on the same... It's Obi. Since Shakur didn't take less, so why should Frank take... Don't even. Frank ain't never had a belt that wasn't made of chocolate. This is what the fact of the matter is. I can't believe some of y'all even trying that. To some of you newbies, I get it. But if you've been a veteran around here talking this boxing, shame on you. You know this is duckonomics. You know it. What Devin did was duckonomics. It's contagious, fight fans. It's duckonomics. It's duckology. It's duckalicious. Devin priced himself out. Frank ghosted the situation. Vasyl Lomachenko don't leave the porch. It's duckonomics. Oh, Vasyl Lomachenko's over there fighting a good fight, man. What are you talking about? Man, no, the hell he ain't. Vasyl Lomachenko is floating around in his pool, looking at the fight on TV. Oh, I'm not going down there. No. I'm not going down there. Y'all think that Vasyl Lomachenko, that's what Bob telling everybody, stalling for time. As a matter of fact, let's go back to these real quick. Hold on real quick. Matter of fact, if you look at Vasyl Lomachenko fight, fans, you look at Vasyl Lomachenko, they know what they doing. They talking about Vasyl Lomachenko versus George Kambosos, right? That's what they trying to possibly line up. What that's going to be for the vacant, IBF, if they try to make that happen, if Devin vacates that IBF. So they're going to do George Kambosos versus Vasyl Lomachenko for that fight. That's what they stalling for. That's what they stalling for. Damn, Frank, you ain't got nothing. You just right here. Vasyl Lomachenko, they stalling for time with Vasyl Lomachenko. He couldn't fight Shakur. Come up with all kind of crazy excuses, fight fans. But I'm just looking this over, man. I don't see no path for Frank Martin, bro. Especially with Edwin De Los Santos being taken out. I don't see no path for him, bro. I don't see no path whatsoever. None whatsoever. But that's what they doing for Vasyl Lomachenko, man. They stalling for time with that dude, man. And we all know it. Muhammad Matola says, yo, man, Canelo is out here motivating himself, talking about that he ain't forget what the Charlo said about him, while Jamel is still acting all nice and just happy to be there. Yeah, man, I seen the All Access that came out the other day, man. Yeah, man, they need some more sizzle there, bro. And they trying to avoid talking about Terence Crawford, and I understand, man, but Jamel just being all nice, it's just not a lot of sizzle there. But I'm seeing a lot of talk coming out about the size difference between these two, and people are wondering like what Jamel Charlo is going to be looking like moving up 2 weight classes, and is he going to be able to contend with Canelo Alvarez? Well, I'm gonna keep telling y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all over and again, he's going to make 168, but he is not going to be Jamel Charlo. And I don't know how many rounds we're going to get into that fight before you're going to see a whole different version of the fighter. I do not expect for him to be optimal Charlo. And I don't care what he's saying about, this is my natural size. You don't fight at your natural size. No one. There's a reason why fighters don't fight at their natural size. You're not optimal at that size. That's not your fighting weight. And I just don't know, man. Looking at how he's looking, moving up 2 classes, I see his body looking a little thicker and a little. I don't know, man. Well, I just think when we get midway through that fight, if he's not up, I don't know, anywhere between 3 to 4 rounds, when we about 6 rounds into that fight, if he's not up 3 to 4 rounds, man, he gonna have a tough time. I don't know, man. I think he's gonna start putting out halfway through that fight, man, with that added muscle. And Canelo knows this. Charlo got to be aware. What Charlo has to be aware of more than anything in this fight, with adding all of this extra weight and muscle on him, is Canelo he fights patient now. Canelo is not going to go after you early. Canelo's not going to chase you around the ring in those first early rounds. He's not going to look to go. He's going to look to make you work through pressure. But he's going to look to conserve and take his deep and late. Now, you may say, well, that should be the portion of the fight where Charlo is shining, man. Those first 6 rounds when Canelo is not going after Charlo because he don't want to gas out. Well, that's where Charlo should be shining. I agree. That's where Charlo should rack up 3 to 4 rounds before we get to 6 and 7. Forced Canelo to feel some pressure or to feel some caution or to force to have to turn up to do some extra shit. Make him do it. Be up so comfortable on the scorecards if you can. In those first 6, where Canelo has to go for broke. He has to kick it in gear. Because once Canelo kicks it up to a certain level, he will not be able to sustain it. And he will have to go into reverse mode. But don't let him fight comfortable. You exerting so much energy and then you got nothing left for the second half of that fight. Because Canelo going to be strong in round 6, 7, 8, and 9. That's where the weight of Charlo is going to be an issue. I mean, can Charlo hurt Canelo? I don't know. Will he? I don't know. Maybe his extra muscle hurt. I will hope so. That would help him. But if it don't, those middle rounds are going to be precious in this fight, fans. And that's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. What say y'all? Salute to my homie Ron Boy Fresh up in here, man. Salute to your champ. Hope all is well, man. He say, yo, man, send him in via stoppage, 9 or 10. Yeah, you like them? You think them middle rounds? So you think that Charlo gonna be putting out around that time, Ron Boy? Around that time is where Charlo might start breaking it on down and, you know what I mean, not being able to carry that muscle so late into the fight. You think that's gonna be the portion? 9 and 10? I think Canelo's going to be looking to walk him down from 6 through 10. Those 4 rounds going to be super crucial. Super crucial. That's when he going to turn it up, man. That's when he going to turn it up. Yeah, man. Frank Martin is super duck, y'all. Hit that like, y'all. Don't duck it like Frank Martin. Yo, everybody, hit that thumbs up for the homie, man. Hit that thumbs up for the homie. Don't do it like Frank. Then ghost me, man. Don't ghost me like Frank ghost me, y'all. Saludos, bro. Salute to my homie Lawrence DeHara, man. Hope all is well, Lawrence. What's up with you, man? Saludos, man. I have to say, hold on. I'd have to say to be a F, you'd have to be a top fighter avoiding a top fighter. Oh, to be a duck, you'd have to be a top fighter avoiding a top fighter. Kind of like Canelo is avoiding Benavidez. Nah, man. See, the reason why this situation with Frank is such a duck is because, bro, he got everything he wanted. Where's the downfall? Even if Shakur Stevenson walked away with all of this money more than Frank, who cares? Who the fuck is Frank? Who the fuck is Frank? Frank is getting an opportunity for a world title on ESPN for his biggest payday. You win, you become the man. This is what the fight game is made out of, fight fans. He's over 30 years old. He is not a baby. He's a 30-plus-year-old prospect. Because we don't see a route. Do y'all see the route? We just look. We don't see no route other than hoping that Tank throw him a bone. Where's the route? He's surrounded by top-ranked fighters. So he turned down all of this boxing treasure. His promoter, Errol Spence Jr., nowhere to be found, give no one a reason. No injuries reported. Miss me with the split talk because he got what he wanted. It's a super duck, fight fans. There's no negative here. What was going to happen was Shakur was going to beat that ass, send Frank back with his head with his head down to have to answer the PBC. They ain't going to have nothing to do with him. Oh, what can we do with you now, kid? You done went over there and got your ass whooped by Shakur. Man, go back to Texas somewhere, man. We'll call you when we need you. Shit. They not going to do that. They not going to do that. But my thing is, what's better? What's better? What's better? So I got to call it a duck, bro. I get it. You might say top fighters, but this was his opportunity. Fighters fight their way through these classes to get to this point right here for a reason. You don't fight your way through all of the shit. Get to that point and then say, you know what? I don't want it. That's what pissed me off with Boots. And I'm a Boots fan. Boots been fighting his ass off. Beating all of these dudes. Just to get to the title shot and say, no, I don't want it. What? Bud Crawford, the number one pound for pound fighter, is offering you a fight. And you say, no, I don't want it. What? Bro, I can't get with that shit. And I don't like Boots, but I can't get with that. Under any circumstances. That is ducking, fight fans. Well, his outfit made him do it. Okay, cool. Whatever you might want to say, it's still a duck. I can't call Al Heyman a duck because Al Heyman don't show his face or nothing. So it's the fighter. He's the duck. Oh, he agree with his team? Guess what? The fighter, he's a duck. Well, Mainman, it just makes good business. It's a duck. Well, Mainman, Frank ain't ready. It's a duck. Well, Mainman, Frank wasn't going to make 40%. It's a duck. Simple and Simon. It ain't that hard to. It ain't that deep, fight fans. Like, this was easy to say a couple years ago. Before everyone started to protect your favorite fighter, these type of words were very, very easy to say. It's a damn duck. It's Howard the Duck. It's Donald Duck. It's Daffy Duck. It's a super duck. Darkwing Duck. Frank the fucking Duck. Hey, I don't make the rules, fight fans. I don't. The fight game is what the fight game is. And I'm not going to let a lot of y'all softies that's coming into the fight game nowadays change it. A duck is a duck. They all have ducked Shakur. And meanwhile, he's top 5 pound for pound, headed to number 1, and he's going to be charging his own prices in the next couple years. While they still ducking. Simple as that. Simple as that. Simple as that. Ron Boy Fresh says, yo, Charlo doesn't have better feet than Cinnamon, so stop it. Yo, man, hey, I think he got better feet. I think it's just that I just don't think he will gonna be able to sustain it at that higher class. I don't know, man. I think that the knees of Canelo is just not what they used to be. He don't move, that often. He's a walk you down kind of dude. You know what I'm saying? If Charlo puts this dude on his back foot, Canelo's not a guy that can move too well on the back foot neither. So that'll be interesting. But Charlo's going to have to use his sticking and moving ability to try to rack up some rounds. I just don't know how long he's going to be able to do it, y'all. How long is he going to be able to do it? Lawrence says, yo, man, bro, none of us knew who Frank was till now. And Shakur should fight Pitbull or Tank, the number 1 contender. Martin could have cashed in. My deal is, yo, Shakur would take one of those fights in a heartbeat, bro. In a heartbeat. He tried to go to Isaac Cruz. He would love to fight Gervonta Davis in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? They don't want to fight him. You know what I mean? It's the same. Like I said, if you've seen Bud career, you've seen Ward's career, we should know what we're looking at. They don't want to fight him. They know why fight him. He ain't this super duper big draw, so losing against him is not even a win-win. Like Isaac Cruz losing to Gervonta Davis. That's still a win-win to him. Look at it. His name is still floating around boxing for whatever reason, even though he's not looking that good in fights. But his name's still floating around boxing for whatever reason. Because why? He got in the ring and lost to Gervonta Davis. It's not like that with Shakur. You lose to Shakur, you done. Ain't nobody, damn, you got outboxed by Shakur. You know what I'm saying? So they don't want to do it. They don't want to do it, fight fans. They don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. Willie Rick says, yo, man, how is he going to be able to push Canelo back when he's moving up 2 weight classes? I mean, I would think that the extra muscle early, he can try. That's the only, I don't see that happening. He's going to have to put himself in harm's way. I just think that with Canelo going to be ditching, might also be a little bit too, might be more than what Charlo was ditching to a certain degree. I think Charlo will have to be the more boxing than them on power. I don't think that he'll be able, I just think that if he pushes Canelo back on that back foot, that Canelo is not going to be who y'all want him to be, because he cannot box going backwards. That's never been Canelo. Never. That's when Bivol had him in that posture, man. Bivol was wearing his ass out. You know what I'm saying? Wearing him out. Elijah has Jamel Lawson. Y'all going back and forth. I'm going to stay out of that. Salute. I also have to take into account that Mill's inactivity. This is his first fight this year, and since 2020, he fought once a year. I mean, inactivity and just the fact of just going to a whole new weight class. Bro. Not to know what the punch resistance is going to be like, what his stamina is going to be like. These are all unknowns. Not even Jamel really knows that answer. He can do all of the sparring he wants, but he's not going to get those answers into fight night. And normally in situations like this, you know what I mean? It don't normally go too well. I look at this case, I say that Jamel definitely got a good skill set to beat Canelo. But it's going to take him having to win early and fast. Like those first, he's got to win early. He's got to force Canelo to become un-Canelo, to do things that, I don't want to say panic a little bit, but yeah, panic a little bit. To make him uncharacteristic. He got to do that. Having Canelo get comfortable in those middle rounds, working Charlo's body early like he likes to do, single shots to the body early, slow him down a little bit, and then step his aggression up in those middle rounds, coming through with hard counter shots. Though that type of fight is just, I don't know, man. I don't know. Charlo got to have a lot of rounds in the bank. You got to have a lot of rounds in the bank. Yeah, he's going to have to box. I mean, but if he does, Canelo's in serious trouble. He's in serious trouble. But let's keep pushing, fight fans. We got some more things we're going to bring up real quick, man. I want to stop right here. Yeah, I know I got to talk about my main man, Bud Crawford, right? Yeah, I know I got to stop and give a minute to my man, Bud Crawford. Let me pause for 30 seconds, fight fans, just to pour some water and clear my throat. Give me 30 seconds and we right back to talk about my main man, Bud. Yeah, man. So, fight fans, what is going on right here? It looks like my main man, Bud Crawford, the man with all of the leverage, came out this week, fight fans, talking that talk. Letting his nuts hang. Pissing off the rest of his ops, fight fans, and letting it be known that he's the man in charge right now. And he's looking at Danny Garcia. He's looking at Keith Thurman. And this is the message that he left for him right here. He says, yo, how the tables have turned. At Danny Swift, at Keith Thurman, you will never, and I mean never, get a shot at the top dog, and that's me. Y'all hoe asses didn't want no smoke when I wanted to fight, remember? Now y'all want to fight so bad. Go keep fighting each other like before. Damn. Look like Terence Crawford is running the clubhouse right now, man. You know, they didn't want to let him in at once upon a time. They didn't want to let Earl in at once upon a time. And now look what happened. Terence Crawford is the man on top, the man with all of the leverage, basically the king of boxing right now, keeping boxing moving, keeping boxing hot. And he can, once again, like I told y'all, charge his own prices, and there ain't nothing that nobody can do about it. And I see y'all printing y'all articles. I see y'all printing y'all articles using Mainman words. Ain't nothing that nobody can do about it. Oh, yeah. I told y'all this weeks ago. And I see people are wondering the question now, well, what if Bud Crawford want to charge a higher price for, you know, if he goes to 154? I don't know. Maybe he just do, like I've been telling y'all. That's why I knew I wasn't behind, fight fans. We were far ahead of this. It's good to see everyone catching up. You damn Skippy. Bud Crawford can charge any price that he wants. He can do whatever he wants. He want to go to 154. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. He want to fight Boots Ennis. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. He want to fight Keith. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. He can do anything that he wants, charges his own prices, and who the hell gonna tell him no when he got everything? See, fight fans, we knew that this day was gonna come. I've been telling y'all for years that these days was gonna come. Just like I'm telling y'all far ahead in years ahead that it's gonna come for Shakur. And now you got the guys who, his biggest duckers, his two biggest duckers, running around here salty as hell because Terence Crawford won't give him a shot. Let's start with Danny. Let's start with sensational Danny Garcia, the sensational one. Danny Garcia heard this, and of course he came out. He says, laughing emojis. I'm rich, bro. I don't need to fight you. I've been making millions. Plus, I've been trying to pay all of those sanctioning fees. Plus, I ain't trying to pay all of those sanctioning fees. I can use some of that money to buy some more real estate. That is sensational Danny's answer, fight fans, with his little corny ass. Bruh, you rich, ain't got shit to do with what Terence Crawford is talking about. Terence Crawford rich too. Whoop-de-doo. Y'all all rich. What about what that man talking about? You got out the way. Duckonomics. More duckonomics. This is when one of the biggest duckers in the sport of boxing over the last few years. Danny has managed to duck Terence Crawford his entire career. His entire career. Even though this was his number one rival in the amateurs. He has managed to stay out of the way of Terence Crawford every step of the way. What's so embarrassing about Danny is that when Terence Crawford came to 140, Danny left 140. And then when people say, well, man, he was too big for the weight. He was too big for the weight. How the hell was Danny too big for the weight when he didn't even go to 147? He went to a catch weight. He fought Lamont Peterson at a catch weight before he went to 147, which means that clearly he wasn't ready to go to 147 just yet, but he hauled ass when Terence Crawford walked up into 140 pounds. Tell me I'm lying. Danny has been one of the biggest gifts / ducks in the sport. Granted, what he did at 140, give him credit for that. But that was many moons ago, bro. You've had more than enough space and opportunity to fight Terence Crawford. More than damn near anybody. Crawford has been wanting to fight you for years, longer than all of them. And you stayed out of the way of Terence Crawford. Also, I guess you knew that maybe you wouldn't have gotten so rich if you would have ran into Terence Crawford many years ago. Because Crawford sure enough was going to stop that train. He was going to stop that train. He was going to knock the pink out of your shirts. How many colors is in that damn shirt? Danny has been one of the biggest ducks of Terence Crawford. This is Terrence's #1 ducker / ops for real. He's the dude that looks through the curtains like, hey, I ain't never fighting him. Hell nah. Laughing, hoping and praying that Terence Crawford would have failed. So he could have been the main guy to come around and say, I told you so. Oh, he wasn't that good. Oh, he ain't fought no one. And I see Danny out here in recent interviews discrediting Terence Crawford. Discrediting. Now everyone wants to say that something was wrong with Errol Spence. Oh, that wasn't the same Errol Spence. Discrediting Terence Crawford. You got some nerve. You duck Crawford your whole damn career, and now look at you trying to come up on a lick like a damn desperate little fighter trying to drag Arislandi Laura. You trying to drag the Arislandi Laura down, take advantage of Laura. You duck, you had nothing to do with really no one at 54. Why ain't you go after Tim Tszyu? Why you ain't go after Tszyu? Why you ain't go after Mendoza? Why you going after old man Laura? So you can get another gift? That's what this is about. So yeah, you might be rich, bro, but that don't mean that you ain't no damn ducker. Your track record at 147 is dismal at best. At best. You lost to all of your best competition at 147. You ran away from Terence Crawford at 140. You never looked this way at 147, not once. Not once. Terence Crawford sends you the offer for $3 million. During that time was your considered biggest payday. And you denied it. You did a Frank. This is how I know this is how PBC do. You did exactly what Frank did. You ghosted the situation when Terence Crawford was trying to get at you back in the day. All to protect the pink in your shirts. Because you know Terence Crawford was going to wreck that shit. See, it's one thing to lose to Keith. It's one thing to lose to Keith. It's one thing to lose to Sean. But it would have been something totally different to lose to Bud. Because you wouldn't have never been the same. You would have went to 154 years ago. Oh, hell no. I can't fight no more at 147. Nope, no way. Bud Crawford is there. There's no way I can fight at 147 ever again. It was very disappointing because everyone was really riding the train of Danny Garcia from 140, bro. It became so disappointing how he treated Terence Crawford at 140. Knowing that you were his #1 rival, he would have fought you before he fought any of them. Even if you didn't have a belt. Even if Keith had the belt or Earl had, he would have took you before any of them. You are a ducker. And it's a shame. It's a shame. You never wanted to be wrecked by Terence Crawford because you didn't want to deal with that level of embarrassment. You knew that your daddy would have looked at you like, oh man, Dan. How do you lose to them, Dan? You lose to the kid from Omaha, man. Come on, Dan. You can't lose to him, man. You would have been disowned. The same way he disowned your ass in the post-fight after Earl. Remember how that went? I mean, stop telling them that, man. Why you keep telling them that for, man? Man, that wasn't you, man. Fuck you keep telling them that for, Dan. Or make me smack your little dumb ass, man. Make me smack your ass here, Dan. I'm telling you, bro. And if you would have lost to Bud Crawford, you would have had to suffer the embarrassment of having to face Angel's wrath. You ain't never won it. It would have been embarrassing. And so, Danny, cool, you rich. So is Bud Crawford. And you've never made more money than Bud Crawford. Ever. Not in a fight game. You've never won more belts than Bud Crawford. You didn't conquer more divisions than Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford beats you in every single category in the sport of boxing and then some. Oh, I could have been undisputed if I would have allowed, I could have. You could have, would have, should have. You a ducker. Duckonomics. That's the word of the day. Let's keep it pushing, fight fans. Let's get to the next one. My main man, Keith. Keith, what the hell is going on with your head, brother? No, I mean your hair, not like inside your head. I mean your hairdo. Like, what the hell is up with that powder puff at the top of your scoop ball head? What is going on with the powder puff on the top of Keith's head? It looked like my man is up in the house, locked in there since 2020, doing magic mushrooms. He's been locked in that room since 2020 doing magic. Look at Keith, man. Keith looked like he need a bottle of lotion. Keith, I don't know what's going on with you, brother, but you got to come back to us, man. You was my guy, brother. You was my man. And now you sitting up here discrediting my main man, Terence Crawford. Keith, why you making me have to do this, man? Why you making me have to do this, man? I can't. Look, Keith Thurman, I'm going to put this back on. Keith says, you didn't beat up a real champion. I don't think that version of Errol Spence would have beat Shawn Porter. You didn't beat up a real champion, and everyone knows that Keith Thurman wipes that Spence, and he gets wiped. Hold on. I think he says wiped out by everybody or something. Let me get that band out of the way. Hold on. He gets wiped by many people. Oh, okay. So Earl gets wiped by many people. That version of Earl that Terence Crawford fought was no good. And here's an added on, fight fans. He went on and says that Porter fought and instantly announced his retirement. So you just basically discredited Terence Crawford's two biggest wins of his career. The two biggest wins of Terence Crawford's career mean jack crap to Keith Thurman. That's what you're basically telling us. It's very unfortunate, Keith, that you feel that way. Because I don't know if I believe this, I don't know if you would have beat Earl. Even in that state, you lost to 40-year-old Manny Pacquiao. You lost to a 40-year-old Keith, who was just hanging around to get a couple meal here, meal there. And he got a resurgence on your back. Meanwhile, your Danish Ugas come around and wipes out that same 40-year-old Manny Pacquiao. I don't know, Keith. I truly don't. I don't know if you would have beat that version of Earl. All I do know is Earl beat the Ugas that beat the Pacquiao that beat you. That's all I do know. So I don't know if you would have beaten Earl that night or not. All I do know is Earl looked fine in my book. He was coming off having a hell of a fight versus Ugas that he was being hell of praised for. That's all I do know. Coming off a win, winning a world title. Not a regular win, not a basic win, but he came off winning a world title last time I checked in his very last fight. I don't know if you beat that version of Earl. You didn't beat that. That was the lesser version of Manny. That wasn't Manny from Ricky Hatton. That wasn't Manny from Eric Morales. That wasn't Manny from De La Hoya. That was Manny that Ugas beat, and he whooped your ass and dropped you. Sean couldn't drop you. Danny couldn't drop you. Manny dropped you. So I don't know if you would have beaten Errol Spence. And that's just keeping it 100 with you, fight fans. Muhammad told him, man, Thurman just trying to provoke Bud and get under his skin to land a bag of sand if lucky. Undisputed. Big facts. Big facts. Pudangles. That's the same thing that he's trying to do. Lose and retire. I hear that, man. I hear that. The way that Bud's down to earth and now he invests his millions, I bet his net worth is more than all of the PBC fighters. Dude bought 3 houses, 2 cars with his first million. Man, come on, bro. Danny talking about some rich. Meanwhile, Bud got land. He just got given land. Man, Bud got money out the yin yang. He don't invest them all in pink shirts like Danny, fight fans. But back to Keith. So, bro, I don't know if Keith would have done this. Now, the crazy thing about Keith, right, and when it comes to Keith and Bud, it's very unfortunate. Now, I heard Keith's supposed explanation when he says that, well, the reason I didn't fight you is because, you know, they were trying to line up the fight with Pacquiao, and so I took the Pacquiao fight. Hold on, Keith. No. Let's take it back further than that. Remember the term WB no? That term was invented by Keith one-time Thurman when Terence Crawford moved up, defeated Jeff Horn, won the WBO, and Keith said, oh, WB, no. I'm not fighting you for that belt. You didn't even recognize Bud Crawford's belt when he first came to 47. Not to mention turning down the fight with when ESPN called and reached out to you right before you fought Pacquiao, trying to get you to fight Terence, and you didn't make no moves then. But you want to discredit this man. Terence Crawford basically has done everything that you wanted to do at 147, Keith. Let's call it for what it is. Everything that you wanted to do, Bud did it. You wanted to get the Spence fight in the end, Bud got it. Wiped that off the table for you. You wanted all of the belts, Bud got them. Bud got them. You wanted the big money fights. Well, now Bud has them. Bud has made more, has sold more pay-per-views than you can ever have sold. He sold more pay-per-views than has Keith ever been on. Oh, was him and Manny on pay-per-view? That was it. So him and Manny was his first pay-per-view. Well, guess what? Bud has outsold you on pay-per-view. Everything that you wanted to do at 147, Bud is done, which means that you now got to get like Bud. It's very unfortunate, Keith. Tables turn. Tables turn. So I'll say this. I do want to see Bud, though, versus Thurman. Only if Bud Crawford want to do it. Clearly, by these words, he ain't really tripping off doing it. But I got to keep it 100 with y'all, fight fans. I'll be lying to y'all if I told y'all I'm not down to see Keith Thurman versus Terence Crawford. Now, if Terence Crawford want to put it on principle, that's on Keith. He fucked up. Keith ran around here for a long time, denied a lot of opportunities. And these fighters haven't forgot about that. Earl didn't forget about that, and Bud ain't forgot about that. Earl, when they were trying to force Earl into that fight, Earl was making it janky as possible. Making sure even if Keith beat him, you still won't be a champion. Like, Keith, you really burned these fighters, bro. Like, I would have thought that maybe they could have gotten over it, but they don't. Look, I thought, honestly, Bud would have been well wide open to fighting you, truth be told, because he said so in the past, which I still think he would if faced with that opportunity. But for him to come out and say this, man, like, he might be fed up with you like Earl fed up with you. You better hope that Bud don't run up to 54, or else you'll be fighting for that vacant title maybe against whoever, but it won't be the big money fight of Bud Crawford. And though I want to see the fight, I think it's a cracking ass fight. I couldn't ask for, as a boxing fan, I couldn't ask for much more to see the two fighters that I've supported very, very heavy over the years win in the end. That means that basically all of my guys would have won. Keith, Bud, Wilder, he fell short, but he got the big one. I need Benavidez to get his. Shakur. That means my guys have gotten everything that they wanted. We helped get them there, fight fans. Because Lord knows the way we got Terence there, we was pushing Keith in the same fashion and he was right there. Until he walked out on his fan base. And now they're gone forever, it seems. And speaking of which, it seems like with you, Keith, when they beef with you, they beef forever. Earl is beefing with you forever. And clearly, Bud is now feeling that same kind of way. But I hope that Bud have a change of heart. I'm going to be 100 with y'all. I want to see Bud versus Keith before I would want to see Bud versus Boots. I know that might sound funny to y'all, but I want to see it because they are classmates. And I want to see classmates square off, fight fans. That's just how I am. I want to give a major salute to my homie G Benson in that super chat. Thank you, G Benson, for your support, man. Thank you. And I really, really appreciate it, man. Really appreciate it. This coming from a dude who struggled with Barrios, who Tank dusted off. I get trying to get a fight, but Keith is getting disrespectful. I don't know what's going on with Keith, man. Yeah, he coming off bar and struggle with Barrios, bro. Keith just trying to get the payday. And I get it. Talking that talk, trying to get up under Bud's skin. But bro, we gonna let the truth fall where it may. And you duck Bud for many, many years, just like Danny did. You've had more than enough space and opportunity. ESPN, when Bud was under Bob Arum, they reached out to you. When Terence Crawford got to 147 in 2017, the first name he called out after the Jeff Horn fight was Keith. And Keith said, WB, no. It's a shame. And you think that boxing fans want to sit over here and hear you and Danny, the two biggest ones, the two biggest Bud ducks. You think that we want to hear y'all talk like this now? Hell nah. Especially with Danny's, you know, Keith don't get up. Keith's words don't get up under my skin like Danny's do. Danny's really get up under my skin. I honestly, bro, I would pay really good money to see Bud knock Danny ass out. I'm gonna be 100 with y'all fight fans. I would love to see Bud Crawford drop everything that he is doing, meet Danny wherever Danny at whatever weight, and just to knock Danny ass out. That's the one that makes my blood boil. You know how you Spence fans don't like Keith? I don't like Danny like that. That's what Danny does to me. That's what Danny does to me. Y'all don't like Keith. My issue is Danny. Because this dude ran. And Bud was never able to corner this one. This has been the one little weasel that Bud has been unable to corner and lock down. Now that 140 and now that 147. Danny hid out for so many years, bro. And still talk shit from safe spaces. Over there with PBC, nah, he ain't over here with us. And you did the same thing when Earl was trying to come up. When they locked Earl out. It was Danny, it was Sean, and it was Keith. The little crew. So this is crazy, bro. Keith, bro, you've been on the couch for too long to be talking that talk versus like you can hang with a Bud Crawford right now. You've been on the couch way too long, Holmes. We ain't seeing you in no damn gym. You sitting there with a damn powder puff on your head. Look at this shit, fight fans. What the hell is going on with his head? You sitting there with a damn poof on the top of your head. Looking crazy, looking like you ain't left the room since 2020. I couldn't even make it through his interview. He lost me with the gibberish shit. I know he's off the shrooms. Very disappointed in my man Keith. Not to mention, Keith, you got Jerron Ennis out here dragging your name through all kinds of the mud, and you got nothing to say to Boots. You got nothing to say to Boots. You got all of this. You jealous, and y'all all salty over Terence Crawford because he's a man of his word. He came to the division not ducking nobody, going after the same guy that you didn't want to have nothing to do with Errol Spence. Errol Spence Jr. told you to your face he'd stop you in 6. That's when you lost me, Keith. That's where you lost me. He told you to your face he stopped you in 6 and you just laughed it off. And then walked out the door and say, screw the fans, screw everybody. I ain't fighting Earl. I ain't fighting nobody. I fight when I want to fight. I'm injured. I got a bruise. I got a bone bruise. I got a bruise of the bone. Excuses galore. Mainman fighting a good fight in the trenches. I'm going to war with these fans over you like I do with Bud Crawford. I've been here doing the same thing with Keith back in the day. Fighting a good fight only for Keith, for me to look behind me and see Keith ghosts. Oh, man, you keep doing that, man. I'm going to take this and I'm going to roll on over here. I'm going to go to the Himalayas some motherfucking where and, blow flutes and shit. So here come Bud Crawford. We look and see that light at the end of the tunnel named Terence Bud Crawford, who we've been rocking with all the same, taking up the slack of Keith, taking up your slack, picking up where you left off, and keeping the train pushing. Damn. I can't believe y'all fighters. Y'all got some fucking nerve. Y'all can really turn fans off with this shit because we know y'all story, bruh. It's not like we don't know y'all didn't get out the way. And here go Keith. Well, it was political back then. It was political. You know, you're not with Bob Arum no more. Bro, they offered you a huge payday from ESPN. Stop it. Stop it, man. Stop it, fight fans. It's a wrap. Keith ass, man. It's just a terrible look for you to be running around here trying to discredit Terence Crawford of all people, bro. The man that you've ducked. Keith can't, well, I can't even say that. You can't even say that you didn't duck nobody, but you duck Errol Spence too. But you can't say nothing right now. Honestly, you should just be quiet. You should just be quiet, hope for a good opportunity, and leave it at that. You got no ground to stand on right here. He did something that you wasn't willing to do. And now it's easy to the Monday morning quarterback and say, oh, well, it was that easy? Oh, damn. Bud made it look that easy? Oh, I could have did that. It's not a good look. I'm very disappointed in Keith Thurman. Now, with that being said, I still want to see the fight. Though I believe Bud would dust Keith at this current moment, if Keith's skill set is anything like Keith's old skill set, which what we seen from the Barrios fight, clearly he got a lot of things to still work on. That skill set would be a very interesting skill set versus Terence Crawford's. And I'm going to say this. Keith, even though he's far removed from that, but Keith that fought Sean, Danny, what was that? Diego Chavez, that Keith and Terence Crawford is a very good fight. Keith from Mario Barrios, no way. But either way it goes, Keith is still part of Terence's class. Terence may feel some kind of way and say, you know what? I got one more loose end. I got Wayne Grove. I got Wayne Grove, fight fans. I got one more loose end to tie up. I got Sean. I got Earl. Danny ducked me. There's nothing I can do about that. But I got an opportunity to get Keith. The question is, though I hear Bud Crawford, fight fans, and I hear him loud and clear, he'll never do it. Could Bud Crawford feel comfortable knowing that Keith is the last loose end of his class? It may not mean much to us or anyone else, but to Bud Crawford, because once he goes off and retires as a rap, I mean, you think of his peers, his classmates. There ain't many of them left. Danny's gone up to 160. He's out of here. Aside from Danny and Keith, that's it. And Bud is saying never, but can he really resist that? Maybe the 154 belt may look more appealing. He may say, you know what, I want to go after 154 title, that's a great decision as well. But I just wonder. Because I know how Bud is such a high-level competitor. Can he feel content knowing that he still have a classmate out there that he can possibly touch? What say y'all, fight fans? I'm looking for y'all answers on this. Real spill. I got the chat all the way to the end. I see my homie up in here, man. I want to give a major salute to my homie D-Lo 44 Boxing up in here, man. Salute to you, D-Lo. I see you, champ, and I hope all is well, man. He says, yo, I'm down with it, but I have no issues with it not happening. Yeah, big facts. I'm with that too. I'm down with the fight. If it don't happen, if Terence Crawford decides to go down a whole nother route and says, you know what, screw it, and guess what, bro? It is what it is. I blame Keith for that. Just like I blame Boots for that opportunity, I blame Keith for this too. Keith had the chance. He had more than one chance to face Terence Crawford. He denied Terence Crawford from the second that he moved up to the weight class. I told y'all, that's one of the things that made me proud of Errol Spence Jr. Errol Spence says, you know what, Keith, you ain't want to do it, fine, I'll do it. Danny, you ain't want to do it, I'll do it. He had rec with y'all before he had rec with me. But I'm the one that's got to get y'all out the way and take up the slack. And that just gave me a whole nother level of respect for Errol Spence Jr. He did stick to his word. He did come back around. Meanwhile, these boys ran for cover. And now here they are after the fact, Monday morning quarterbacking, talking this bullshit, especially this one. I'm rich, bro. Okay, that don't faze Bud, bro. You ain't talking to a fan. You talking to somebody who got probably more bread than you and more shit than you got. You not talking to a fan. That's your answer? I hope Lord beat this man, bro. I'm being 100 with y'all, man. I hope Lord beat this man. Danny be ducking, bro. He didn't even want to give Boots a shot. Oh, they both from Philly. Miss me with that shit. They both from Philly. That would have been a big fight in Philly. That would have been a huge fight in Philly. He didn't want to give that prestige to young Boots, somebody from his own area. See, he stayed away from certain dudes, man, at this point of his career. Until he get enough money in the bank for them pink shirts. Threats he's staying away from. He's anti-threat. He went to 154, made a joke of 154. Who he fought at 154? Benavidez. Jose Benavidez. What the hell? Bro, go ahead, man. Go ahead, Joe. Danny, boy, that dude, that's the one that get to me, bro. That's the one that get to me. It's Danny's ass, bro. Forget Danny, man. Forget Danny. D-Lo says, yo, Benavidez is getting his, all right. His ass whooped. Hey, D-Lo, we're going to have a discussion, brother. I got to hear some keys, you know what I'm saying? I got to hear some keys. I hope we get it. Hey, D-Lo, man, I'm getting a little worried, though, bro. I ain't hearing nothing, man. I mean, look, man, we need to get that contract signed, sealed, and delivered. We want and / need that fight. So David Benavidez can earn the stripes on the back of Demetrius Andrade's back. You know what, man? Speaking of which, I've been getting a lot of y'all Andrade fans pouring up in here lately, too. You know, I've been getting y'all comments. Man, what are you talking about? Andrade gonna go in there and stick and move on him. Andrade is too good. He's too skilled. He's too this. Look here, man. I just recently listened to an interview from Abel Sanchez, and he was speaking about how David Benavidez, at the age of 16 years old, was beating on Gennady Golovkin. How he witnessed David Benavidez at 16 years old beating on Dmitry Bivol. And he was like, yo, he said that was the best sparring partner that Gennady Golovkin had ever had. A 16-year-old David Benavidez. This boy is bred to fight. He's going to leave Andrade ass in the 8th round. Gonna park him right there in the 8th round. Y'all keep believing in Andrade's legs. Y'all keep believing in his legs. You know what I'm saying? I have nothing to worry about over here as a Benavidez fan. I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. I think that David Benavidez is going to destroy Andrade. Mainman ain't worried. I ain't worried at all. Hey, bro, bring that noise, bro. Bring that noise. You know what I'm saying? No, I want them to get a signed contract. I hope we get that fight, bro. I'm really looking forward to it. Keith has annoyed these guys to no end. Keith pouting and that amount of fights that they have had. Bud isn't incredibly active. Keith is just incredibly inactive. Yeah, Keith just talking, man. Just trying to get himself a fight. But it's just disrespectful how they just all discrediting Bud Crawford more than anything. And just like Bud Crawford told y'all, man, right after the fight, right before the fight with Earl, these things was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? He was going to be discredited. Now everybody could have beat Errol Spence Jr. Meanwhile, Keith Thurman out here losing to 40-year-olds. Danny Garcia's looking for the less possible threat that he can possibly find. But now, everyone would have beat Errol Spence Jr. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we really believe it. We really believe it. We really believe it. Hey, yo, man, did Crawford bring up the Bomac situation? Nah, man, I haven't heard anything about the Bomac situation. Everybody's kind of keeping it under the tight lip, as they should, because of the legal ramifications of it. I just recently seen Chris Eubank Jr. speaking about it, but he's not giving but so much out about that as well, man. Hashtag free Bomac, everybody. Y'all know we want Bomac out, and we're hoping that Bomac should be able to beat that situation. For anyone wants to know any of the ins and outs about the Bomac situation, you can look here on the channel. We covered it a couple of weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? A couple of weeks ago. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this opportunity, fight fans, before I dip. And I'm going to go through a few of y'all comments. But in the meantime, I'm going to drop a link in the chat. If anybody want to come on through, give me some cool words about any subject around the fight game. Anything that you see, anything that I forgot to speak about. Y'all come on through and chop it up with Mainman. I'll hang around for a few minutes if anybody want to come on through. Hold on. Oh, damn, I hit the wrong one. Hold on. Yeah, I'll hang around for a few now and come on through. D-Lo says, yo, man, at 16, David Benavidez was around 300 pounds. Oh, come on, bro. Hey, at 16 years old, he was 300 pounds. Hey, man, look, the excuses are starting already, man. That's Abel Sanchez, who don't have to big up David Benavidez. No way, no how. But he comes out of nowhere and that was the best thing that he has ever seen in a sparring match. What David Benavidez did to Gennady Golovkin. And this one, Gennady was Gennady. 16-year-old David Benavidez. D-Lo say he was 300 pounds. You know what I'm saying? You ain't right, D-Lo. I know that Andrade is going to beat the brakes off that boy, man. Okay, y'all keep on believing in them Andrade legs, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I'm expecting a good fight. I'm not expecting for Andrade to hopefully go in there and get blown out. I'm expecting for him to give some good resistance. I'm definitely expecting a good fight. You know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely not expecting for him to win. So to my homie G Benson, man, he says legs. Ain't Andrade like 35? Big facts. They think, hey, look, G Benson, they think that this is Andrade from 154 or 160, man. That dude ain't moving like that no more, bro. He ain't moving like that. And the ring ain't big enough. I hope David asks for a small ring, too. Yeah, if y'all think that he going to be trying to find safe spaces in the ring, I hope David asks for a small ring like he did versus Caleb Plant. Man, go in there, man, and put the A side on him. Get a small ring, you know what I'm saying, and corner his little ass and force him to fight. Now, I will admit, like Andrade is out here telling everybody, oh, I got pop too. I'm willing to match what he can do. Okay, that sounds good. If that ring shrink and them legs ain't moving no more, you better be sitting down on some punches because David is coming, and he's not going to stop coming. He's not going to get tired. He's not going to take time off. He's not going to let you get little round minutes off. None of that shit. Once David kicks it up, he sustains it all the way to that final bell. It's not going to stop. It's going to be Groundhog Day every single round. Punches and bunches. But they talking about legs, G Benson. They talking about legs. You know what I'm saying? What they talking about, man? Blind Faith says, yo, man, they never wanted smoke with Smoke Crawford, man. Big facts. Big facts. None of them ain't want no. They wanted to make fun of Crawford. What they wanted, Blind Faith, they prayed and prayed on his downfall, and they lost. That's not all. MC's got the gall to pray and pray for my downfall. That's exactly what happened. They sat back in the bushes and hoped and wished and prayed, and it never happened. It never happened. I heard Keith say, yeah, you stop Sean Porter. I didn't drop him. Yeah, I get it. Earl just dropped him. You stopped him, but Sean was about to retire. What? Sean was about to retire. Y'all didn't know that. Y'all didn't know that. As a matter of fact, it could be argued one of the reasons that Sean retired was because of the same situation we was talking about with Frank Martin earlier. Sean broke protocol. Sean went over to the other side and took the fight. They didn't want Sean to take that fight. People forget that. They wanted Sean to stay put, even though he was being offered A, B, C, D, E. It didn't matter to them. Sean, it made sense to Sean, and Sean knew that when he walked over, that there was no going back. Unless he was going to forever be known as Gatekeeper Sean. And so he broke protocol. Frank couldn't break protocol. Frank ain't at the end. Frank ain't retiring. But PBC didn't want Sean to go over there and do that. You know what I'm saying? So say what you want. Say what you want. Lewis, what's up? Lewis, salute to my homie Lewis Coleman up in here, man. Hey, Lewis, man, what's up with Keith, man? What Keith talking about, Lewis? What he talking about? Yo, man, he say where the dogs at, man. They check. Hey, well, one of them over here, Apollo literally sleeps on his back, right? He sleeps on his back with all four legs in the air. So he's literally right here on his back, knocked out sleep. You know what I'm saying? Girlie upstairs, knocked out sleep. You know what I'm saying? But that's how, this is around they knockout. This is around their time. This the most spookiest thing about this dog, Lewis. He sleeps with his eyes open. The most freakiest shit I've ever seen in my life, bro. He looks at you just like this when he sleeps. Imagine somebody looking at you just like this and they knocked out sleep. That's how my dog sleeps. Freaks me out every day, dog. Freaks me out right now. Eyes halfway open. You don't know if he looking at you or if he sleep. That shit is the most freak. To see a person, I've seen people do that, like sleep with their eyes halfway open. But no, he sleeps with them all the way open like this. He looks right at you with his eyes wide open as he sleep. And I don't be knowing if he's sleeping. I had to snap my fingers sometimes to see if he sleep or not. It's hard to tell. That's the most freaked out shit I've ever seen, bro. Real spill. But he getting big, man. He's still a bundle of joy. Good dog, man. Strong, bro. Pure muscle. You know what I'm saying? Keeping them fed up on lamb. Keeping that muscle building real strong. We go out, we go running. You know what I'm saying? We go jogging and shit. His muscle tone is crazy, bro. And he's so strong where he be pulling my arm damn near out the joint. You know what I mean? I can't even put him on a leash no more. Real spill. So his breed, his pedigree, his father was a champ. You know what I'm saying? His father was the champ. And I told you his father is the dog that all of the females in that state mate with. That's how strong his genes is. And he got his father's genes, man. Heavy. I mean, pure muscle. Chest is solid as a rock. Arms, heavy definition, the whole 9 yards. Man, I take good care of him, though. You know what I'm saying? Real expensive. Real expensive. Real expensive. Yeah, man. Look at D-Lo. You sounding like them Spence fans talking down on Crawford's legs. I bet they wish that Crawford used his legs more. Big facts. Big facts. Hey, look, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, D-Lo. I have to be made a believer in Andre's legs. And the reason I say that is looking at his last couple fights. He ain't been using them legs, bro. You ain't see him using them legs in that Quigley fight. And you definitely ain't see him using them legs in that DeMond Nicholson fight. He was aggressive. He was coming forward. And D-Lo, hold on, D-Lo. Hold on, Andre Nation. Did DeMond Nicholson drop him? Did DeMond Nicholson drop him with a body shot, D-Lo? Because if your answer is yes, Houston, we got a problem. Let me go fast forward. Let me update this chat. Let me go to the very top of the chat. I'm waiting on this answer. Fight fans, anybody, feel free to answer the question. Did DeMond Nicholson drop Demetrius Andre to the body? That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. And here's a question if your answer is yes. How many body shots did Demond Nicholson land in that fight? Because the last time I checked, he landed 1 body shot. Yet Demetrius Andrade got dropped in that fight. They didn't rule it as a drop. They didn't rule it as a knockdown, right? That shit looked like a knockdown to me, fight fans. Don't make me have to go get the video. We do slow motion, black and white, and we do it right here on the screen. Because we can do that, fight fans. D-Lo, I think your boy got dropped to the body in his last fight. And if he's going in there with David Benavidez, we got a problem. Go back and watch it. Man, you're tripping. He was dropped to the body. David is a body snatcher. Tell me I'm tripping. So knowing that, somebody talk to me now. Did he get dropped to the body in his last fight? What's up to my homie Dirty Red? Dirty Red, the boxing head is up in here. Salute to your fan, bam. And salute to the chat. He say what it do. What's up with you, Red? Hope all is well, man. Hope all is well. Red, somebody, D-Lo, somebody answer for me. G. Benson, did Demetrius Andrade get dropped in his last fight versus Demond Nicholson? D-Lo says, yo, Spence fans talk for years about Mean Machine dropping Bud and Gamboa buzzing him. D-Lo, no. That's not the answer. Did he get dropped in his last fight? That's all. That's not. So you telling me that's a no? You saying that if the ref didn't call it a knockdown, it's not a knockdown? Is that what you saying? Is that what you saying? Okay. But I'll be wrong to tell you, man, I'm not going to factor that into my breakdown, into my prediction. Knowing the fact that he got dropped into the body in his last fight, I got to put that in my I got to factor that into my prediction. Demond Nicholson hit him with about a 3 or 4 piece combination to the body, and Demetrius Andrade went down. That's what happened. Lord knows I wish I had that video right here. Boy, I actually had it at one. I'm going to get it for the next one, y'all. Y'all can believe that. Y'all can believe it. Oh, you answered? Okay. Let me see. Nope, but Nicholson got dropped. So you don't call it a knockdown, D-Lo. We're going to have to roll. We're going to have to do the thing. We're going to have to do the thing. We're going to have to do the thing. We're going to have to do the slow-mo thing. I already see that's going to have to be the next show. Because you Andrade fans have been pouring up in here telling me that Andrade going to be dazzling and he's going to be just be a boxing sensation versus David Benavidez. And y'all are forgetting the fact that he got dropped in his last fight. We're going through it step by step. Expect the video from Mainman. We're going through it step by step. I will be putting in black and white at about the speed of 0.5 a video out here showing Demetrius Andrade being dropped to the body by Demond Nicholson. Salute to you all, man. I'm going to get up out of here, fight fans, man. Chilling, man. Chilling. Hey, D-Lo, I can't believe I can't believe you don't call it a knockdown, bro. It's nothing like what the Spence fans was saying. You know what I'm saying? Hey, salute to Blind Faith in that super chat. Thank you, Blind Faith, for your support. And salute to you, family, and much love. He says, yo, Charlo and Canelo both know that that Smoke Crawford is coming. Facts. I think that listening to Terence Crawford's answers, I mean, like I said, as a boxing fan, I would want him to clean up his class. And I find it hard to believe that he can resist that fight. But he may look at this situation here, see the level of greatness, not to mention the money and the check that come with it. And he might want to go there. I know one thing, though, man. I would still love to see that Charlo fight. I'd take that in a heartbeat. As for Canelo, I want to see David Benavidez. But they know what's up, man. That's why they doing they cash grab right now. They securing the bag because they know if they got to deal with Crawford first, if fuck around ain't gonna be no bag. So Charlo know what he doing. Secure the bag. That's always rule numero uno. Secure the bag, and that's exactly what he doing. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. D-Lo say, yo, roll that beautiful bean footage, man. I'm going to get it, brother. You know I'm going to have it, man. We going to go through this step-by-step, fight fans, and I'm telling you, man, we are going to have it out on the channel about whether or not Demetrius Andrade got dropped. And I hope Lala's here, too. My sister Lala D. I hope she's here, and I hope Bruce is here. I want the Andrade wing of the channel to come on through on that day. You know what I'm saying? For sure, for sure. Let's salute the Blind Faith, man, back in that super chat. Thank you so much, Blind Faith, for your support. Once again, much love to you. Much love. He said, yo, word is Joe Lewis is Smoke's great uncle, man. Smoke. Who Smoke? Smoke. Who Smoke, Blind Faith? Word is that Joe Lewis is Smoke's great uncle, man. I don't know who Smoke. Oh, hold on. Smoke. I'm sorry. Free Smoke. You talking about Bud Crawford. That's his great uncle? I didn't know that, man. I did not know that, bro. Boxing fun facts right there. Check this out, man. Word is that Joe Lewis is his great uncle. Well, look, it's in his blood, man. It's in his blood to be who he be. Bud Crawford is the way he is and the fighter that he is, honestly. And it has a lot to do with his mom's. You know what I'm saying? She raised him hard. And it paid off in the end. A lot of people are real critical with a lot of things that they know about how Bud Crawford was raised. But in the end, it helped him rise above his environment. It helped him rise above the madness that was perhaps going on around him, to laser in, to stay focused, to stay hungry. And look what it did for him. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of Bud's success, he does have to attribute to his mom's and how she raised him and the way she raised him. It made him that mean SOB that he is today, fight fans. The mean SOB that I've always known him to be. You know what I'm saying? And I knew, like I said before, man, I knew that we eventually would get to this moment. I knew that we would eventually get to this day. I've always known it. You know what I'm saying? I do wonder, though. It's really like, I do really, really wonder. Will this all come full circle for Mainman? I fuck around, retire after that, fight fans. We get Bud Crawford and Thurman. And I get Canelo and Benavidez. I don't know, fight fans. That might spell the retirement of Mainman, because all of my favorite guys reached the top fights. It's going to be interesting. That will be something to see for Mainman's eyes. Keith Thurman versus Terence Crawford. Would it happen? Interesting to know. With that being said, fight fans, I'm going to get on up out of here, man. Y'all stay blessed out there, man. I thank y'all all who hung on out with me tonight for these 2 hours. I must admit, taking these 4 days off made me rusty. Made me very, very rusty. Going through this live stream tonight, man, I got a little rust. I could feel the rust. I guess that's from being off the mic for the last 4 days. But I'm going to try to stay more consistent over these next couple days. Y'all keep on tuning in. And we will definitely be back Sunday for another episode of We Talking Boxing Live. I will be also working on the pound for pound top horror movie list. And I'm telling y'all, like I told y'all at the top of the program, fight fans, I am putting Critters in the top pound for pound horror flicks, man. How do you not say Critters is a top pound for pound horror flick? How do you leave out Critters? I'm not talking about Tremors. Tremors was weak. I'm talking about Critters. And come on, man, when y'all was a kid, you telling me y'all didn't like the dudes that flew the spaceship in Critters when they didn't have no face and they could change their face and shit. And it was like we was looking for the Krites. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. You know what? I'm out of here, man. Y'all need to go back and watch Critters from 1986, man. Until y'all get with it, I don't know what to say. Much love to the fam. Y'all be blessed for the night. I catch up with y'all on the next video, man. Y'all stay blessed, stay stressed, and sucker free. Remember, the devil is everywhere, omnipresent, everywhere at the same time. He wants you sad, depressed. He wants you down, man. Don't do that. You are great. You are more than a conqueror. Your job here on this earth is to go get your experiences. You take them with you. Real spill. To the next video, fight fans. Y'all be blessed, man. And I see y'all real soon. To the next video. Peace out. y'all Andre fans are firing me up, bruh. Y'all are firing me up. Andre Nation, I'll be seeing y'all real soon. I don't know. I can't leave until Shakur and Gary Antoine Russell got to get there too. We got to see that all the way through the fight, fam.